Hey friends, welcome back to Stappystamper and welcome to our very first Sunday Stamp Along. My name is Terry Stapp and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Central Texas. And today is our very first card from the card kits that we are making for January. So I have a few friends that have purchased the card kits that go with the stamp set that I'm featuring for the month of January. This is called Sweet Jar, and we are going to be making 4 cards over the next 4 weeks using the Sweet Jar stamp set. We're going to make 2 Valentine's Day cards, a St. Patrick's Day, that's the word, St. Patrick's Day card, and then a birthday card over the course of the month. This is our first card that we're going to make today for Valentine's. So this week and next week, we will make a Valentine's Day card. You have the materials in your kit to make the card just like this. So love you, open it up, just like that. Now, if you are concerned that if you're going to mail the card and you're concerned that this extra layer right in here, this matte layer, is going to be too much for mailing because it can add extra weight, extra depth that can interfere with mailing a card with one stamp. Just know that I also made it without the matte layer. And you could make yours without the matte layer as well and just keep the extra real red cardstock. Okay. This is our, I want to start here. If you did not get the card kit and don't have all of the materials cut for you, I did go ahead and make a template. So this is a template of the card with the measurements. So let's start with our card base. The card base is 8.5 by 5.5. And then rather than scoring down the middle at 4 1/4 like usual, we're scoring on each side at 2 1/8. So you score here at 2 1/8 and then here at 2 1/8. And that makes our little like gatefold card. Okay. The inside measurements, there is a white piece that you would write on is 5 1/4 by 4. If you want that extra matte layer on the inside, that is cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Then you're going to need 4 pieces of designer series paper for the panels. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those 4 panels measure 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. If you want the matte layer, that matte layer is cut to 5 3/8 by 2. Now I did put matte layer for the outside. I did not include on mine. I did not put a matte layer on the inside. There is no red matte on these 2 panels. It just gets really bulky when you try to close the card. But I did include the matte layer here on the front 2 panels. Okay, so there's your matte layer. And then the cardstock for these 2 little flaps here, right here and right here. The cardstock is cut at 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. If you wanted a matte layer, you could make it at 3 5/8 by 2 3/8. And then the designer series paper is cut at 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. Now, when I made this card here, Once again, it got really bulky. I did not use this cardstock layer. It would have been white, and there would have been an additional white layer right here, and that once again got really bulky. So I left that one off because I liked the way the red looked. So this is my matte layer. This red piece right here is cut at 3 5/8 by 2 3/8. And then I have my designer series paper that is cut at 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. Okay. All right. Let's get started. If you have the kit, you have your envelope. It will have a number 1 label on it because this is our first card of the series. Pulling you down just a little bit. Our first card of the series that we're making. So it'll have a number 1. Pull your materials out. You have some little bits and pieces on the inside as well. I'm just going to move those over to the side real quick. And let's start with the inside of our card. All right, right here. You have a matte layer, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And you have your basic white that you will write your message on. It is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And then you're going to want your 2 little strips. You have your 1/2 inch strip and then your 3/8 inch strip just for a little decoration. We're going to put these 2 together. And I'm going to use my liquid glue. Just like that. And just like that. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'm looking here. My hearts are right side up. And I want my hearts to be right side up on my card. If you want your hearts upside down, glue them upside down. But I want mine right side up. I just want to draw your attention to the directionality of the hearts so that we can make sure that your hearts are going in the right direction. And I'm going to put this right down here at the bottom for a little decorative bit. Okay, now you know that I cannot stamp for you. When you get your kit, I can cut the pieces, I can do the die cutting, I just cannot stamp. So you're going to need to find your sweet jar stamp set, and then you're going to need some ink. Oh, my stamp set fell. You're going to need some ink. So Strawberry Slush and Flirty Flamingo. I think Flirty Flamingo is going to work a little bit better with this paper. So I'm going to put my Strawberry Slush aside and use my Flirty Flamingo. It's a kind of a tongue twister. And I'm just going to put some little hearts from that stamp set down in the bottom corner and in the top corner. So let's do, I'm going to do 3 little hearts right there. And I'm going to flip it over. I have my little block. This is the smallest one. Is it A? Yes, it's A. Have it double-sided, double mounted. I have my 3 hearts on this side and my 2 hearts on that side. So I just flipped it over, did my 3 hearts, and then I flipped it over, and there are my 2 hearts. Okay. I'm going to trim the paper because I did cut it longer. so that we can trim it and get a nice clean edge there. And then this piece is ready to be matted on our real red cardstock. And I think I'm probably going to end up running out of seal. Okay, this goes here. Just like that. And then we're going to put more adhesive here. And this is going to go in the middle of our card. I'm going to flip it upside down real quick so that I can see what I'm doing. Looks good. Okay, now remember the inside does not have a mat to it. So you're going to take 2 of your pieces of designer series paper and you're going to put 1 on each side just like that. Keep getting schmutz on my card there. Okay. Some seal here. And once again, these are hearts. I want my hearts going the right way. I did flip it upside down because I flipped my card upside down. And I'm just going to center it and get a nice little border around all of the sides. Okay, same thing on this side. Let's add some adhesive to the back of this side. Oh, I have some tulle. Look, don't do that part. There we go. I picked up some tulle. There we go. Okay. I'm going to turn it right side up. Make sure my hearts are right side up. Get the border nice and straight. And that is the inside of my card. Now let's work on the outside. So we have the 2 flaps here. These 2 flaps do have a mat. So pull your 2 pieces of real red and then pull your other 2 pieces of designer series paper. Okay, we're going to put these 2 together and put it on this side, and then we'll put these 2 together and put it on this side. Easy peasy. Let's do that. A little adhesive. Check my border. A little more adhesive. Okay, I'm flipping it upside down. No, I'm not. I'm flipping it that way. I'm opening it up that way. My hearts are the right way. So that looks great. Other side. This is the one I want to flip over. I'm just going to set it right here for right now until I put some adhesive here. Here. Put these 2 together. And then adhesive on the back of here. And here. And then I told you I was going to run out of adhesive. Let me see if I have another one ready to go. I bet I do. What do you think? I do. Ta-da! Has a little bit left. This one may run out too. Okay, adhesive. Now this is upside down so that I can see how I'm getting it on the paper since I'm right-handed. So my hearts are upside down. I want that nice border. And there we go. inside, outside. Now let's work on the panels here. So you have the 2 panels and your designer series paper. So these are going to get put together, and these are going to get put together. Okay, so it's going to look something like that, except I just noticed my hearts are upside down. Thankfully, it's not glued. When we glue it, we're going to make sure the hearts are going the right way. So I'm going to put some adhesive here and some adhesive here. Nice border. Looks good. And then I'm going to put some adhesive here and some adhesive here, and check my border on this one as well. Lovely. Okay, hearts are going the right way. Nope, hearts are going the right way. Now, when we put our card together, we are going to glue them opposite. So obviously we're not going to put glue on the back of the whole thing. We're only going to put glue on half of it. Whichever half we put on one side, we're going to put it on the opposite side down below. Okay, so I'm going to check my spacing. Just like that. Okay, I want it right about there. I have, what is that? Maybe 1/8 of an inch-ish. Maybe a little bit more, 3/8 of an inch. No. How many eighths? 1/8? 3/16? However many. Whatever's between 1/8 and 1/4. Maybe that much. Okay? I'm going to stick my finger under here so I can measure, and I want glue on that left-hand side. So I'm going to put some liquid glue there, and then I'm going to adhere this back. Oh, you can't see. Okay, back to about, I guess that's about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, only half of it was done. Now, this one, I'm going to check my spacing where I want it. I want to leave about the same amount of border on the sides and the bottom. This time, instead of putting glue on this side, I'm going to put glue on this side. So I'm going to reach under. I'm going to put glue right here. And then I'm going to get it placed where I want it, which is why I'm using the liquid glue so that I could move it around if needed. Okay, so it opens now like that. Almost there. The last thing we need to do, I'm going to pull my tweezers for this. If you have tweezers at home, that might be a useful tool for this particular project, because we want it to say love you. And these little letters, they came from, I believe it's called Alphabet a la Mode. They're kind of skinny. So I'm going to get my spacing. I'm going to put love. The jar with the hearts is the O. And there should be plenty of room to get them spaced out. Now your jar is only, we need to put the lid on there too. Your jar is only the punch. You should have a punch, and then you should have the lid. I punched the lid out for you in that red glitter paper. You'll need to get your stamp set, the sweet jar, and you'll need to get some black ink and stamp the jar, and then get the heart stamp. So one of them looks like this. It's kind of multi-purpose. And what I did is I used the stamp and I put it in the ink, and then I stamped off. You can see I made several here. I stamped off, so I got a second generation, so it would be a little bit lighter. And I stamped that half strength. And then I got the stamp with the hearts. Looks like this. Stamped it full strength. So I got it in my ink and I stamped it right there in the jar. Okay, so they go together, but you need to do that stamping. Okay, let's put the lid on real quick. So once you have your stamping done, we're going to run a little bit of liquid glue across the top. Get your lid, and we're just going to stick the lid on top of the jar, just like that. Okay, now this L is going to need to go pretty much all the way over to the side. I'm just going to grab it with my tweezers, and I'll put a little bit of glue on my letter. And then I'm going to use my tweezers to center this. I'm looking with my eyes pretty much all the way to the edge of that designer series paper. Okay, top and bottom about the same. Now we're going to put the jar on, and for that we're going to use some dimensionals. So grab some dimensionals, and I'm going to use 3 dimensionals. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 dimensionals. Peel the back off. Okay, and then this is my O. So I'm going to place this really close to my L, so I have enough room for my V and E. Get it straight, top to bottom. And now I'm ready. I think I'm going to put my E first over here at the end. Grab it the other way. Okay. I'm going to place my E, and then that will let me know where to put my V. So I'm going to get my glue back out here. And let's put the E on. How's that? That looks pretty good, actually. Now this little space right here is going to be for my V. So I'm going to get my tweezers, and it's going to live right in there. So let's put some glue on the V. Just like that. And then let's place the V right there. All right, love. Now we're ready for the U. So we're going to spell U, and then you have a glitter heart at the end of the word. So kind of spread that out a little bit. See if we can get it pretty much centered. I think it needs to be over just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to pick up my Y. Once again, I'm going to take my liquid glue and apply some adhesive on the back. And let's put it right about there. And then my O, adhesive. And we're going to put it right about there. check my level. I don't think anybody's going to get out a level and make sure that the card is perfectly straight, but you never know. All right, there's my U. That's fabulous. Okay, let me put my pin in the glue real quick so it doesn't dry up. And then we're going to get another dimensional for the back of our heart. Turn your heart over, put the dimensional on the back, and then we are going to put it right here. Use my tweezers again. We're going to put it right here. At the end of U. And ladies, you have just completed your first card kit from our January series Sunday Stamp Along using the Sweet Jar set. Isn't that too cute? I love it. Okay, opens up. You have plenty of room to write your message. Too stinking cute. Okay, next week, Sunday at noon, there'll be another Sunday Stamp Along. We're going to continue. We're going to make another Valentine's card. And then the next Sunday, we'll move on to St. Patrick's Day. Okay? All right. See you here next Sunday. And until then, Stappy stamping.